Welcome to the world of shin splints versus athletes. What are our thoughts on shin splints?
Shin splints are a rising problem in athletes today, and we have a personal report from an athlete right over here.
What? A personal testimony of shin splints?
Man, shin splints, the absolute worst. Man, it hurts to run, hurts to jump. I gotta warm up longer. I haven't cleaned my room in like a week just because of shin splints. I hate it.
You can't even walk?
No, I can't.
You can't even clean your room?
No.
Oh man, shin splints, the worst.
Absolute worst.
Thanks, Mr. Gannon. Now we're gonna go look at some live footage of shin splints in our community. Cassie Bachman on track to have one of the best cross-country seasons of her life.
How you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Shin splints, the worst, aka medial tibial stress syndrome, aka every athlete's worst nightmare, aka the best way to get benched.
Shin splints, also known as medial tibial stress syndrome, is characterized by pain alongside the inner side of the tibia. This pain is caused by repetitive stress on your muscles, your tendons, and your bone tissue.
As mentioned earlier, some of the causes of shin splints are going to be repetitive stress on the tibia and its surrounding soft tissue. This can be caused by a number of things, whether that be poor biomechanics, unsecure footwear, or just an increase in workload.
Symptoms include pain and tenderness on the medial side of the tibia. This can be felt at the beginning of activity and can sometimes subside as exercise continues. Mild swelling can also occur. So basically, my shins are mad at me for being athletic.
No. In order to prevent shin splints, athletes probably should
Drink a gallon of pickle juice a day.
absolutely not. And what you're going to want to do instead is make sure that you're wearing proper footwear and changing out those footwears as soon as they get worn, so that way they're able to absorb the impact that's being put on them. You're going to make sure that you're doing a proper warm-up, strengthening the right muscles, and trying to avoid staying on concrete.
These calves, already masterpieces.
I think we can improve them. Now we're going to jump into some exercises that are going to help prevent shin splints. These are going to work on strengthening and stretching the lower leg, improving flexibility, and reducing the stress that we're going to put on your shins. First, we're going to dive into some strengthening exercises. The first exercise we're going to do is toe raises. These are going to strengthen your anterior tibialis. You're just going to stand against the wall and then lift your feet up to the sky as being demonstrated right now. The next exercise is going to be heel walks. These are going to strengthen the muscles along the front side of your lower leg. The next exercise we'll be doing is calf raises. So you're going to step up on an elevated surface and rise up on your toes and then slowly lower your heels back. And this is going to work on strengthening your calf and balancing the muscles on your front and back leg. If you want to make it a little harder, you can add a dumbbell.
Another good thing to do is plyometrics. One thing you can do is single leg pogo hops, would be like this. And you could do like 3 reps of 10, or you could do double leg pogo hops and then do 2 reps of 10, or you could do pogo hops over a certain line to kind of build that stability. Like that.
Here's another strengthening exercise that you can do. This is going to strengthen your anterior tibialis, which is just the muscle along the front side of your leg. As you can see, you're going to pull your toe back towards you. And I would add a resistance band just to get a little bit of more of a strengthening exercise out of this. And this will just help strengthen those muscles and release some of the tension that is being put on your shins. Now we're going to dive into some flexibility and mobility exercises. Okay, the first stretch is going to be a calf stretch. You're going to put your toe a couple inches above the wall and lean forward until you feel a good stretch. The next stretch you can do is an Achilles tendon stretch. As demonstrated here, you're going to put a towel or a resistance band around the top of your foot, and then you're going to pull towards you. This is just going to stretch that Achilles tendon, as well as just help relieve some of the stress that has been put on your shins. Why are you doing that?
One of the biggest things that causes shin splints is muscle adhesions in the calves. One way you can break this up is rolling out post-workout. This allows the muscles to release and reduces the stress that you're putting on your tibia, thus reducing your risk of shin splints. Another thing to think about when you're dealing with shin splints is look beyond the issue. Just because you're having pain in your shin doesn't mean that that's where the pain is originating from. Because if you have tight hamstrings, if you have tight quads, that could be creating the problem by putting more tension on that tibia. So look beyond the problem. Make sure you're stretching. Make sure you're strengthening areas that you're weak in on the road to recovery.
Now we're going to jump into some exercises to do if shin splints are already prevalent. These are supposed to be gentle and meant to reduce pain and promote healing and not put as much aggravation on the injury. You're going to do a more gentle version of the calf stretch. You're going to lean against the wall with one foot back, keeping the heel down, stretching both the gastrocnemius and the soleus. The next exercise you could do is seated ankle dorsiflexion. You could add more resistance by adding a kettlebell or a resistance band.
If you already have shin splints, a good way to reduce the pain that you're having is to ice. Icing is great because it dulls your local nerve endings and just reduces the inflammation and swelling in that area. So you can ice, just keep it about 20 minutes at max, but ice, and that can really help reduce your pain. One thing that you do have to be careful of though is icing reduces inflammation by lowering the blood circulation to the area. So if you take that too far, you could slow down your healing, but everything in moderation. If you're a runner needing a good way to stay in cardiovascular shape while you're recovering from shin splints, good ways to do this is cross training. The most popular forms of cross training would be the elliptical and biking. These both are really good ways to get cardio in without putting that impact on your tibia. Another great alternative to cardio is swimming. Swimming is very low impact, so you're taking almost all the stress off of your bones, and it's just fun in general. So if you need other ways to get your cardio in, come to the FHSU swimming pool.
Next time you see someone struggling with shin splints, you better stop because you guys are now all experts on it. So take everything that you've learned from this video and don't be afraid to go spread the wealth. So if you have shin splints, don't despair. All the resources we have given you can help you on your road to recovery and get you back to running in no time. Woohoo! Thanks for tuning in with us for Kezi's Journey. Stay safe out there, y'all. Back to you, Mr. Gannon.
And that's a wrap. In the world of shin splints versus athletes, take care of your shins or risk being benched for life.